Hey everyone, Andrew here from a Tale of Two Hygienists podcast. Yes, you are on the right feed, but no, this is not a normal show. I wanted to let you know right now that what you are about to hear is not suitable for work. It is likely also not appropriate for children. If you are sensitive to racy topics, go ahead and hit that delete button right now. You might not like this episode. But now that you've been warned, please welcome to a special RDH Rant Takeover episode with Heather, Anna, and Liz.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of an RDH Rant Takeover on A Tale of Two Hygienists. I am Heather, and with me are Anna and Liz, my best buds.
Hi.
If you don't know this by now, then you haven't been listening, so you have about a year and a half to catch up on.
Hi, everyone.
Fun stuff.
Today, we're going to talk about, today we're going to talk about tooth trends. I know you guys have seen them, heard about them. We're going to hit everything from different cultures to, stupid TikTok hacks. So, Liz, why don't you start us off?
All right. Well, I think the one that we see a lot of people talking about, and there's some back, it's kind of a hot take. Tooth gems. How are we feeling about the tooth gems?
I love them. Yeah,
Love
I think
them.
They're cute.
Depends.
I think they're adorable.
Yeah, they are. It depends. If it's like yellow, then it's like, it depends on the
Ew.
color. But I like them. I
Yeah.
think they're cute.
Well, and
Yeah.
the placement.
I haven't seen any out in the wild. I've just seen them online.
Yeah, me too.
Like I feel like it hasn't
I've seen a few.
really been a thing here too much. But I think they're cute. Who's placing these though?
So I reached out to a local hairstylist, and I'm friends with her mom, and I saw that she advertised that she is placing tooth gems.
Mhm.
So I was curious, and I wasn't able to get a hold of her before this recording to see exactly like what the deal is, but I do know that she took some sort of training for it. I don't know what the training is or where it was from or what materials she uses, things like that. But I was just more curious as in like, I don't know if hygienists can place them or not, if that's like under our umbrella.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's like etching the tooth, basically.
That's what I
the process
figured.
is pumice, etch it, and then just glue it on. But I guess it's kind of like an ortho bracket, and that's not really in our scope of practice. So I don't know if there's like legalities to it. But
Yeah, so that's what I was more curious.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was one of those things where like a dental professional's not allowed to do it, but
exactly. Like, so, which brings me to like the whitening thing where we can whiten in the office, but if we try to whiten outside of the office, outside of under the direction of a doctor or the supervision of a doctor, it's illegal. But Jane Doe, who's not a hygienist, can go open up something at the mall and
yeah.
do tooth whitening, and
That
it's
makes
okay.
literally
Which
no
is
sense
baffling.
to me. Because
I
I
know,
know
it's
that we have
baffling.
all seen like the
I know.
befores and afters online, and like they are literally whitening calculus. Like you got a mouthful of calculus on the lower anteriors, and then when they smile, it's like, oh, your calculus is white too. Like congratulations.
Well, I guess at least the whitening works, but I mean, I'm sure if they're doing calculus, they're doing decay and
Yeah. And then some of these places also say that it will whiten like crowns and stuff like that. And we all know that that's not true. So there's a lot of like false advertising.
Mm-hmm. I think how they get around it is that if they don't place the product on the teeth, like they give it to the customer, the customer, I guess we'll call it, places it on their teeth. So that's, I guess, how they get around the legalities of it. That they're not actually applying the gel
I wonder
to
if
the
they
teeth.
do. Do they put
The client
barriers
is-
on the gum?
gums.
No,
So they just go in and
No.
just raw dog their
No barrier.
mouth with whatever strength.
yeah, pretty
Jesus.
much. That sounds hot.
I mean, I was going to say that.
That is, I mean, I know I've burnt my gums myself.
Oh yeah, me
And
too.
I tend to
Yes.
think that I kind of know
Mhm.
what I'm doing a little bit, you know? So maybe.
Maybe.
And man, that shit hurts. Not to mention,
Is
like,
the other thing, like, we have a license
right.
to lose. And so we have laws.
That's
they
the thing,
don't. So if there's a way that they could get in trouble for doing it, I don't know. They don't have like a license to lose, so it's not as serious for them, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, they could still get sued. They may not have a license to
Well,
lose,
yeah.
but they've got, you know, money or a business or, you know, whatever. So that's just something that I don't think, my opinion is I don't think tooth whitening should be done by non-dental professionals. That's just my opinion.
The other thing is, like, are you sterilizing your equipment?
Yep.
Is it all disposable? Where are you getting your dental materials from? Is it legit?
So it's not, one of the other things that I learned about that is that the percentage of, I guess it's peroxide, is less. It's like the non-prescription version. Like, there's a certain percentage that you cannot dispense unless you're a dental professional.
Right.
So I believe like they use the one that's under that, so there's not that fear of burning their gums.
Then these people are paying for nothing. They
I know.
literally
I don't
do this
know.
by themselves at home.
I know.
This makes no sense. Okay,
That's
so
pretty
it's
much
basically a money scam, is what I'm gathering.
I would say
but is it still whitening, or do you think those are pictures that have been
we know
photoshopped?
Oh, it's the lighting. It's definitely lighting is off. You can tell the lighting is different.
They changed the levels. Like, it looks like, you know, the person has like jaundice. It's like all yellow. Their skin, like everything.
Well, so while we're on the topic of like pop-up whitening, my biggest thing that I hate, and I never comment on things, it was another group, was that MLM AP24 toothpaste that every boss babe hun was selling for like $30 a tube.
Yeah.
That had
I've actually used AP24.
Oh, you traitor.
And I'm gonna no, I always like to try like trends. No, I know, but I like to try the trends because then I'm like, you know, I feel like I did oil pulling. I tried it. It's gross. But anyway, I tried the AP24, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It does not whiten your teeth. What it does is it keeps the staining off of your teeth or existing staining. It helps remove existing staining. I know that sounds crazy, but it actually,
is it coarse?
It's not abrasive. It's still in the realm of, you know, acceptable abrasiveness that of over-the-counter products.
Or is it like the RDA?
So I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not. It's acceptable
because I've read.
I don't remember the exact number, but
and I didn't see.
There's no whitening ingredients. There's nothing.
There's like that titanium
it's just
dioxide. I don't know. It was like what they use in white paint.
Oh.
So basically, if they got a cleaning, they'd get the same, you know, not the same result because it's not going to remove calculus. But if it's not doing any whitening, it's just keeping staining off from accumulating. Basically,
there was also like no.
I felt it worked.
Like there was no fluoride in it either, which I know not everyone likes fluoride, but there was like no.
They make two. Okay. They make two. They make a fluoride-free version, and then they do have one with fluoride. I believe.
Secret MLM, hun?
If I'm not mistaken. No.
You know a little bit too much about this.
No, because I used it. I used it
slide into
for
my
a little bit just
DMs
to
and like
see.
Did you have
light
any?
it up
Okay. Did you have any?
Hey, girl.
I am.
So which one of us is going to be
the? Been since high school.
Which one of us is going to be the first person to try the new purple toothpaste that's going around TikTok? You did?
I did already.
Tell us about it.
I did. Yes, I tried that
who
too.
Won't spend $6. Won't let me spend $6 on a foam hand when I was in New York as a.
No, it was $15. It was $15.
All the money on this bullshit.
I was like, no.
But real fast before we move on, because I'm passionate about this. There's two things that I hate about AP24.
Okay.
One,
it's MLM.
Well, yeah. If you are selling that and you're selling it for $30 a tube, you're an asshole. Like, you are scamming your friends and your family. Like, I even tell my patients, over-the-counter whitening toothpaste really doesn't do what it says. It's not strong enough, and you're not brushing long enough. So these jerks who are making a killing on this toothpaste, you're just a scammer. Like, how do you sleep at night charging your friends and family $30 for toothpaste?
I think
And-
if I can answer that, probably for them, is they're not dental people, so they don't know what they don't know. I mean, I know we say that a lot on this in our group.
But they do all if you even get on Facebook or anything like
A lot of dental professionals.
Well, that's
are selling
true.
It.
oh God.
That is
gross.
true.
All right,
Yeah.
that's all I had to say.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, the purple toothpaste. I get that online. Like
No.
That's not MLM.
yeah,
it's not
but it's
MLM.
popping up like 24/7.
High
in
Smile,
my
is that what it's called?
purple.
There's
Yeah.
a few different brands, but
Okay.
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But I did buy one. So the consensus for me was, so it works. Somehow it works with the color wheel, like yellow and purple.
They
make
offset each other.
white. I don't know.
Well, like
They
blue-
offset each
yeah.
other or
Mhm.
something.
It's
Yeah,
like
so-
here.
It works maybe temporarily, I'll say, maybe for an hour. You'll feel like your teeth are whiter, but then it's not. And it's not something that I think is like works long term
Right.
or is a permanent
Is
fix.
it like the
but
charcoal toothpaste where you're brushing it and it's a dark color? And so when you
no, charcoal, I believe, is abrasive, and that's
right,
how that works.
But I'm just speaking in terms
Mhm.
of color. Like your teeth are white,
Mhm.
and for 2 minutes, supposedly, they're black or they're dark purple, and then you rinse, and they're like, oh, they're so white.
Mhm.
Like, is it a mind trick, like a vision trick?
It's a vision. It really is a vision trick. It's not that your teeth are getting whiter. It's literally just
Yeah,
a trick.
That's what I
You
mean.
know,
Yeah.
an eye trick where that yellow and purple, the purple cancels the yellow out, making it
So-
appear whiter. But it's not like 8 hours later. It's not
Gotcha.
gonna.
It's
be
like
that way.
toner, like that.
Yeah.
It's like toner for your hair.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
your
it's
hair.
for your hair.
Except it's for your
Exactly.
teeth.
Yeah, like when I just turned my hair rose gold not too long ago. Sorry,
But hair
Carrie.
is porous, and teeth, generally speaking, not so much. So it doesn't really stick around.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well, so you weren't a fan. You don't think it's worth the hype.
Nah, I don't think it's worth the
No.
hype. I mean, if you want to try it, but I don't think it's anything to
Okay.
write home about.
Going back to decorating our mouths as a society, not us. I don't think any of us have anything on our mouths that are.
Oh, I have a grill.
That was next on.
No, I'm
that
just
was
kidding. I
next on
don't.
the list. So grills, those have been around forever. You know, I don't
Yes.
have a problem with grills at all. I don't have a problem with anybody doing anything they want to do with their body. Like, it's your body,
Yep.
do it. Like, if you like
Yep.
it, do it.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
don't really
Exactly.
care either.
Grills, as long as you are, taking the grills out and you're brushing them and you're brushing your teeth underneath and the teeth underneath are healthy, gums are healthy, go on with your grill. Like, do it. That's
Mhm.
fine by me.
Yep.
The thing that now I say, do what you want to do. It's your body, whatever. Piercings, oral piercings, they make me cringe. Tongue.
Yeah, because they're detrimental. Yeah.
I think they're cute. Like, the little like Medusa, the little Madonna.
Mhm.
But I just look at them. There's a new one where they're getting their frenum pierced. The
Yeah.
one that's like right above 8 and 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when they smile, the little barbells show. And it's cute,
Oh.
but I'm just like, I just look at them and I'm like, your gingiva and your teeth, like over time, it's going to be awful.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
I guess I'm just
go ahead.
yeah. Sorry. I don't think they're cute. Sorry. That's just me. That's my personal feeling. I don't care that you do it.
Right.
I'm not judging you or shaming you. I just personally don't think that's cute. Like some of them, the piercing's okay, but
Yeah.
like what you just described,
Yeah. I'm not seeing
No.
that that's cute, but
no, thank you. I just think that's no one can see it unless you smile, and quite frankly,
It's called a smiley. that's what
is it
Yes,
really?
it's called a smiley. Yeah. I was looking it up because I didn't know what that one was called. But then there's the labret piercing, which is like through the bottom lip, right?
Mhm.
And then the Medusa is right in the middle of the philtrum. And then of course the tongue. And I know that I've seen damage, and I've even called patients
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I'm like, did you have a piercing when
yeah, I
you
do
were
too.
in your 20s? And they're like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, you can tell. And then I have the ones that try to justify, oh, well, it's plastic, blah, blah. I'm like, it still can, damage your
Yeah.
mouth, even if it's plastic. I don't know what the
Yeah.
backside of these
They're
piercings look
flat.
like.
It's like a
They're
flat,
flat.
like a flat magnet. It's not magnetic,
Right.
Right.
but it looks like one of those flat magnets,
It
like
I think
round.
it twists on.
But I would still
Yeah,
think
and
that
it
just
screws
that
on and off.
friction of that flat back moving
Oh
up and
yeah,
down.
no, it definitely.
well, yeah, the
Yeah.
friction. I mean, it's metal rubbing
Right.
on your gums every time you move your lips.
Yeah, it causes recession.
Mhm.
It definitely. I've seen on the lower anterior from the what is this one
Le-
called? The one right here.
Labret?
The
It's a
Labret, yeah.
frenum.
no,
Oh,
no. The piercing
On the outside.
I've
Like
seen
it's a
from
frenum.
there like 24 or 25, like
Oh,
8
yeah, me too.
millimeters of recession there, and I'm like, you're gonna lose this tooth. Like,
Do they
Yeah,
listen?
I
not-
don't
yeah.
ever.
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember.
Some people
Like,
do. Did you say do they listen?
Yeah.
Some people do.
Probably
some
not.
don't. My biggest thing is, like I've said before, I don't shame people.
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god. I'm just like,
Why do you have
"Hey,"
that there?
like, yeah, you animal. No, I just am like, hey, love it. It's great. Just, I want to show you what damage is possibly causing you.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's an alternative for this or what, but I just need to make you aware of it. If I see a tongue ring, I will say, it's probably better to switch to plastic, but I'm not going to guarantee that the plastic's not going to damage as well.
Right.
I actually had one patient after I was talking just like that to her, like not shaming, being like totally cool with it, but pointing out like all of her broken teeth. She went up front and said she didn't ever want to see me again. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Whatever.
don't care, but my biggest thing with the tongue, it gives me the creeps. Like all I can imagine is a big needle going through your tongue, and that's such a thick muscle.
Oh, it's
Like
gotta
I just
hurt.
hear like a crunching noise. Like as it's going through, does it make like a crunchy?
So
I think it makes like a pop noise.
I
Ugh.
when I worked in
That's what
perio,
gets me about it.
we did biopsies of in perio, right?
Oh, those are painful.
So we did tongue biopsies. And
Oh,
I
those
can
are
tell
painful.
you from experience in sitting in and helping with those and watching those, I don't know how people get their tongue pierced. It was
Yeah, it's
absolutely
gotta be so
like
painful.
cutting a piece of like steak off.
I mean, have you ever bit your tongue while you're chewing? That shit hurts.
Yeah,
I can't imagine like to see her clamp it and shove like a
yeah.
needle through
Yeah.
it. No way.
I have a few
Oh.
patients that we've had to have them go get tongue biopsies, and they all came back and said, I'll die of cancer. Never again will I ever do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had
Because
to,
one of them, they were like, well, the margins weren't clear. We need to get more. And they're like, nope, sorry. I'll die. Not doing it.
oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I'm
worth
like,
death now.
yeah.
but-
I mean,
I think death
obviously.
is more pleasant.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
but
pretty
we
brutal.
talked. I mean, obviously, we talked to them and are like, look, and they usually do go back, but it takes some time for them to get over it.
Have any of you seen inner lip
So-
tattoos?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have a great story about one of those.
Tell it.
Yeah.
So I
tell
had-
it.
I had this patient. She was prim and proper and very soft spoken and very like just I don't know, like I just very Pollyanna,
Mhm.
like very
Mhm.
just. And then so she sits down and I like see on her inner lip it says there's a tattoo that says "F me," and I was like,
wow.
oh, I was like, okay, that was not totally unexpected.
Did you say anything
I
to
was
her
like,
about it?
I did. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting to see that. You know? She was like, oh yeah, I was in college and I was drunk one night and I decided to tattoo my inner lip. I'm like, oh, okay. But it was just completely not like just even the way she dressed, like it was like Little House on the Prairie.
Wow.
Like she reminded me of Laura Ingalls. And then I like look at her, then in her inner lip is the words "f me." And I'm
That's
like,
what
okay.
they say. It's always the quiet, bookish, nerdy
Yeah.
types. They're the freaky ones.
Librarians.
My first one I saw was a guy, and it surprised me. I pull his lip down, and it said the same thing, like "F you," I think is what it said. But the U's, of course, when you get them on the inside of your lower lip, they kind of
They
look
fade.
smeared.
Yeah, it fades over time.
It fades and it kind of looks smeary, like the ink bled. But you could tell that the U's were horseshoes.
Okay.
And I, of course, because it was the first time I ever saw it, I was like, oh. So I'm like, kind of like, oh gosh, I've never seen these before. So I'm making a big deal out of it. And he's like, yeah, I forget I have it. Me and my buddy were watching football, and it's when the Indianapolis Colts went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, so the horseshoe was for the Colts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like, and I was against the Colts, and he was for them. And we made a bet that whoever lost the bet had to get a tattoo.
Oh.
So obviously that year, the
That was the
Indianapolis
easy-
Colts won the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
And that's
And
the best
he-
way to hide it, I guess.
Yeah,
Nobody's really
he's like
seeing
a
that, but you're-
true man of his word, because I would have been like, yeah, I lied, sorry.
I'm not doing that.
But he went and got that tattoo, and it said "F you," and the U's were shaped like Indianapolis Colts horseshoes.
That's hysterical.
That's funny.
What about tattoos on the palate? Have you ever seen one of those?
Oh,
Ow.
I have one of those too.
Do you
I have
really?
a story of that.
A
Yes.
story, not one.
I had no, I don't have one. No.
Yeah, you do.
No, I had a here. Look,
it says daddy. I saw it says daddy.
Ew, ew. It says Poppy. It says Poppy.
No, it says Pappy.
Pappy. Pappy, that's what it is.
No, but I had a patient that had I don't want to say it, a penis tattooed up there.
Why don't you
And I
want to
was
say
like,
it?
why?
All the things we say on this show, you're like, I don't want to say
All
it.
those things that bothers you?
I don't know. It's just weird to have a penis
Have you not
tattooed
seen
on your palate.
everybody with palatal tori? It
That's shaped like a
3D
penis. Yes,
Mhm.
it's a 3D penis.
Yeah, that's worse than a tattoo, I think.
I know, but it was just like, why did you do that? Like, I don't know.
That
Whatever.
would
To each their own, man.
hurt. That would hurt
Yeah.
so bad. I had a patient once.
How does the tattoo artist get their hand and their like whole tattoo gun up in there to do that? That's what I want to know. I
don't
want to watch
know.
that.
Yeah, that might be some tips for dentists for people with small mouths.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you can get a tattoo gun up there, then
I just
You
can't
know,
imagine
remember,
how that would hurt. I mean, giving patients injections in their palate is like, it's awful.
Yeah.
And they hate
exactly.
it. And it's like the worst. I had a patient once that said that his motivation for taking care of his perio was so he didn't ever have to get a shot in his palate again. He said he had actually been shot with a gun and
Oh.
that getting the shot in the palate was worse. And so that was his motivation. And he had been shot. And I didn't ask him like that. I didn't ask him about him getting like actually shot by a gun. Like I felt like he would elaborated if that was something that I was to know about. But I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, whatever works for you to help you keep your home care up. Like, good for you. I'm sorry you got shot. I hope you're fine now.
So I just Googled
Yeah.
tattoos on the palate of the mouth. Someone has the poop emoji tattooed on the roof of the mouth.
That's funny.
Why?
I don't know.
A spider,
Yeah.
a penis, okay. The sun.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, like weird stuff. I want to see this being done. Because I don't see
Speaking
how
of
you're
spiders, have
getting
you guys ever
tattoo in
seen a
there.
spider partial?
No, but I heard the spider partial I have seen
Yeah.
like flipper. It's like a flipper, right?
No, it's like one tooth.
Right.
It's permanent.
What do you mean?
not like a
a
flipper.
spider part? What's a spider partial? Why? What?
So my office used to do them all the time, and I'd never seen them until I started there. And it just replaces one tooth, usually a back molar, for someone who doesn't want to implant a bridge.
Like a flipper? You mean? Like a that comes in
No,
and
it's
out?
one tooth, and it looks like a spider because the clasp on it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So it's
And
like
it's-
one tooth,
And
with
it's glued to the other two teeth, right?
no,
It
it's
comes in and
removable.
out? Oh.
Yeah. It's like a partial for one tooth. It has
It's like a
two clasps.
Isn't that a flipper?
Yeah, that's a flipper.
No,
Yeah.
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 no, it's not. A flipper is like plastic.
Okay.
That's for the front. It's plastic because you don't want the metal
Right.
to show. But I think it's
Right.
called a flipper in the back. I don't know.
I would
have
still
no
call
idea.
that a flipper.
I've seen them though.
Every
Yeah.
office calls it something different, I guess. But
Yeah.
this is a permanent. When I think of flipper, I think of Like you're just using this until we get your implant.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, but you and I and everybody else in dentistry knows that.
Yeah, I know.
They keep that flipper forever.
Yeah, I know.
But I did see
No, but
somewhere
this is
that
like a
somebody had
permanent.
called it, they showed a picture of the plastic one and said something about spider, and everybody was like, what? Because it was just a
No,
flipper.
this is like legit
Yeah.
metal and
But I had never heard it
like
called
metal class.
a spider, but it made sense when I looked at it. I was like, oh, yeah, that does kind of look like a spider, which I think is adorable.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Sorry, squirrel.
No, that's okay. Speaking of adorable, diastemas.
I love them.
I
Love
love them. I love it. I did.
And it's funny, we in Rant, we get those posts where someone posts a model like, oh, why does she have a diastema? Like, why is this like, and it's like, what's wrong with it? Like, I think it's beautiful.
I do too.
But that's like, yeah, it's the new trend in modeling right now is diastemas are in.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love them.
I think they're.
Now, if you're going to like a bottom basement bargain ortho to get it, no.
No. Or there
But
was some.
natural.
There was a video going around of a lady. It looked like a straight up Dremel. Like went to somebody's house and they were using like a Dremel to create a diastema. Yes.
Oh my god.
I know. I was just like, ah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they were just like basically like filing with a Dremel attachment in between the teeth.
Don't do that.
And it was a big one
Ugh.
too. And I thought she's going to be in so much pain because 8 and 9 are going to be destroyed and so sensitive.
Destroyed
Destroyed,
don't do
it's
that.
gonna hurt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sensitive.
Do you remember the TikTok trend where people, I can't even think about it because it skeeves me out.
Vampire pointy teeth.
No, with the nail clipper. People
Oh,
were-
stop.
Yes. Oh my God.
Now my tooth hurts. Thank you.
That went around in the groups for a while, and every time it would show up on my feed, I'd be like, block, block, block. Because it's so,
Yeah. That's...
I have to hold my 8 and 9 right now. I'm just holding them.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I'm bathing them in saliva to remineralize them.
Okay.
Unless your saliva is acidic.
Okay. So that's actually a good segue into these articles. Ashley came through. Not only was this her idea, this podcast was her idea. Thank you very much, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
She also
Thank you, Ashley.
Posted a bunch of articles about different cultures and tooth trends throughout history. So some of them were like tooth sharpening. Okay. Basically filing the teeth, all of them or some of them to a point. And in Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, those were done for beauty and spiritual / religious reasons. You can look, I think they're still done in some places because if you look online, you can see like real time, like native people of that area with their teeth sharpened.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly it stopped around the 17th century when they realized, hey, this is up our teeth.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
Really not.
So in Bali, the canines were flattened because it was considered to be demonic, and women who would not submit to getting their canines filed down flattened were not considered suitable for marriage. So
Oh wow.
there's that. And I did see
So that's all I needed to do to not get married? Was that
exactly. And be like, well, you can't file my teeth and I belong to no man. Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies.
So everybody's bites must have just been perfect because I feel like half my patients, their canines are worn down from their bite.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like automatically happened.
So I saw, and I couldn't find it anywhere, but I saw on a documentary probably a couple years ago where they were actually doing, and I don't know if it was on Bali, but they were actually doing, she was getting ready to get married. And so she was having her canines filed down, right? She was in this like gown, just done up, this makeup, just like it was a whole ceremony just to get her teeth filed down. And so they're filing them down, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my gosh, her sensitivity is going to be crazy. And the sound of it was awful. It's terrible. So anyway, I, as you know, I've said before, I am in clear aligners, like Invisalign, and I think Anna is too. Did you ever have to have IPR done?
Yes.
Yes, on the lower interior.
Lower interior.
Yeah. So when I was getting my IPR done, I was thinking about that because it's basically like it, there's
Sandpaper.
the sandpaper in between the teeth or an emery board or whatever. In the Congo, in Africa, they used to remove the lower anterior teeth for the men and sharpen the maxillary anterior teeth. And then for the women, they sharpened both. So, and that was considered a beauty standard for them, is getting those sharpened, but they don't do that anymore. Now, the Mentawai Islands, I'm sure I probably pronounced that incorrectly, they still practice the teeth shaping, the teeth sharpening. This is so brutal, like I can't, they use a hammer and chisel.
Oh, stop.
And there's no...
Why are we doing this? Like, my teeth hurt just from the nail clippers.
Yes. So they do this. And it didn't say why in the article, like if it was beauty, if it was spiritual or whatever, but they do it with a hammer and chisel still. No anesthetic. And then afterwards, they bite on green bananas to make it feel better.
Oh.
So...
Okay. Oh, the potassium, maybe? I don't know. Does that
know.
remineralize the tooth? Didn't someone say, wait, this brings me back to teeth whitening.
Yeah.
If you people say if you rub a banana peel on your teeth, I haven't tried it yet, it whitens your teeth. I don't know if it's true.
That is not true.
Weird.
You know that's not true.
I don't know. As I said, gotta try all the trends.
That would feel like weird afterwards.
Yeah, I
grading.
know.
So in Japan, way back in the day, they used to blacken teeth, which to us, seems like that's like opposite day in our heads.
Opposite.
Yeah.
How would they blacken them? What would they do?
Find,
like stain them?
Yeah, it said that they would dye them, but I couldn't find in the article what they would dye them. No, it said it was like a dye.
So maybe the fluoride. What do you call it? What do you call that fluoride?
Stannous?
Not stannous. The one for
SDF.
That's it. SDF.
Yeah, but this was back in the year 800.
But they wouldn't have it back then.
I know. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
No, I was joking.
And maybe it was. I don't know. But this was popular in the years 800 to 1200. It was very popular. And it was called, oh my gosh, I'm going to mess this up. And I apologize to Japanese people out there. Ohaguro. Ohaguro is what that was called. And so they did this for coming of age. They did it for brides for weddings. And supposedly when they would paint the ladies' faces kind of like this like white color, so the pale of their skin would really contrast with their black smile, and that was considered beautiful, which to us seems like horror movie type stuff, right? But to them it was considered beautiful. So it never damaged. I thought this was interesting. It didn't damage the teeth, and it was considered very healthy because whatever they used prevented decay. So maybe it was SDF.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm onto something.
Yeah. You are.
So it prevented
You just
decay.
didn't know what it was.
And I thought that was interesting. They don't really do it anymore. Sometimes it's still done by like the geisha community that's left. But since Western culture has influenced everybody basically so much, it's more of there's more of a white teeth thing that's taking over that practice. But I mean, it's still, you can still find it, I guess.
Could you imagine with their super white faces, like with the geisha, with the makeup, and then they have like smile and their teeth are super black.
And that's supposed to be like striking, like beautiful. I mean, back then. Now it's probably very shocking. And then also in Japan, they just kind of have their own thing going on over there. I would love to visit Japan someday. It just seems like a whole different society. They have a trend called Yaiba. Okay. So Yaiba comes from a girl group. This is what, and this could be wrong. This is just one article I read. This comes from a girl group.
Wait, like a girl group, like a band, like a the Go-Go's,
yeah,
like type thing.
Yeah,
okay,
like the Go-Go's. And I think one of the
I just aged myself.
One of the like Destiny's Child, and I just aged myself a little bit.
Yeah, there we go.
So there's a girl group called TY. I can't read my writing. TYB48 or TYB48 or something like that. And I think Yaiba is actually one of the girls in the group, and she has canines that are pushed forward. Okay, so her canines,
I like that.
Like Snaggletooth is what they said in this.
I love that.
In this article, they called it Snaggletooth. And so it's considered to be like very youthful, very cute, very kind of like a
Mhm.
bubbly, innocent
Yeah.
look, which reading that kind of skeeved me out a little bit. But anyway, it's a thing there, and so much so that young women are going to the dentist. They said flocking to dentists to get like veneers made to make it appear that their canines are flared out.
Yeah, I've seen that. I believe my mom, that was just how her teeth were naturally.
Mhm.
I like that look. I don't know why. I think it's cute. I love imperfect smiles like that, where the canine is like a little outward.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's cute too.
Imperfect smiles don't bother me. It's just as long as
No.
it's their bites,
Mhm.
you know, not destroying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imperfect smiles, I like them too, as long as they're not on me, which is weird because that's
I know. Me too. What is that? I
Yeah.
like it on other people, but on myself, I'm like, can you put veneers on me because I need perfection?
and maybe it's because our job and we feel like we're being judged by our teeth. But I would have a tooth gem.
I would do that. Yeah.
I would do that.
I think for us, it's because we know for me anyway, most imperfect teeth is because then your bite is not right, and then it causes damage to your teeth over time. And so for me, that's like the biggest thing. That's why I got braces at 40, because my bite was off. I mean, my crowded lower interiors bothered me when I talked. I could just focus on those, and now they're straight, but mine was more just because my bite. Like, I just think of it as your bite's off.
I was hitting high on one of mine where I'm crowded down there too. And so I needed to get it fixed because I could feel me just like smacking on it all the time. So the last one that Ashley posted, and I already knew about this because Ashley and I are kind of like little weirdos when it comes to morbid stuff. Memento Mori. And I know that we have seen posts a lot about people who have rings or earrings made from teeth of like
weird. It's weird,
of like loved ones or or just strangers. I mean, you can go to the oddities markets and stuff like that and you can find that. So that's called Memento Mori. And what that is, Memento Mori is Latin. Well, it sounds like a Harry Potter spell, but Memento Mori, and then poof, you have tooth jewelry. It means remember you must die. Okay, so what it is like a talisman of like bones, teeth, skull, hair. Okay, and it's a reminder of loved ones who have passed. So like if you have a lock of hair and a locket, which was popular in Victorian times, and some people would take that a step further and get teeth rings or jewelry made out of teeth. And even a step further, some people had skulls and stuff around their house. But as a reminder of loved ones, go ahead.
Nah, that's some Jeffrey Dahmer type shit. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Thank you.
I would not.
Like maybe Halloween time and they're plastic, but not like real life from a human. Can you even do that? It's not even legal, is it?
Can I go to the funeral director and be like, can
I have
you
the skull?
extract my dad's tooth because I really want it? Like, it's weird.
You can get them.
People ask that though for gold teeth,
but I don't know how you get them legally. David, what's that guy's name? He's the writer. David Sedaris. He has there's a whole thing that he wrote about his husband has a full intact human skeleton that they moved into their apartment. It's really funny. And it's kind of a memento mori thing because the thing is like the skeleton just is in the corner reminding him, you are going to die. So you can get them, but I don't know how. I'm not that weird. I haven't researched it. Ashley might know.
Don't research that.
Ask Ashley.
Do not
might know.
Have that search history on your phone.
Where can I get a skull?
But it's also supposed to remind you of the fragility of life and the reminder of your own mortality and for you to live life to the fullest.
I don't need that reminder. I have anxiety.
Yeah, we're good.
So I think about that every day.
I would wear
I don't need
tooth earrings. I would wear a tooth ring. You guys know I'm a little bit
not
weird.
real tooth.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Not real teeth.
I absolutely
no.
would. Yeah, I would.
But if who's? Just a random person or?
Yeah, sure. I saw.
It's like the breast milk necklaces. I don't get that, but that's a thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen those before. So, but anyway, I think the next time we all get together, whenever that is, I think we were talking about next summer, that we should do tooth gems on each other.
I will.
Oh, okay.
See, but I have veneers. Will it adhere to a veneer? Probably not. I'd have to go.
I wouldn't
and
mess with it.
Yeah. I don't think I can.
I would do it. We should do it. Heather is just like,
I'll try
Heather's
it.
struggle busing. She's like yawning.
I am.
Aw.
I am more so a teenager. I just woke up and I'm like trying to stay focused.
It's been a long week. So anyway, we'll wrap it.
Yes.
We'll wrap it up. We'll let Heather get
All
back to
right.
her Friday, and we'll let Anna. Anna's got a pack, and I've got absolutely nothing going on. So that
Aw.
sounds fantastic to me. I'm just going to sit around
Yeah.
and just lay around like a slug. So thanks for joining us. You can find us on Facebook at RDH Rant. You have to be a hygienist to get in. We do verify licenses. If you are not a hygienist and you still want to follow along, you can check us out on Instagram. We also have a TikTok that we just never use. We're on Threads, which I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. The new Instagram platform that's kind of like Twitter. But yeah, we're there. We're out there. We're all over the place. And like Heather said at the beginning of the show, if this is your first time tuning in, you have a year and a half to catch up on. And some of these episodes are really freaking funny. So anyway, we will see you next time. DM us for any ideas on podcasts. We'd love to hear some fresh ideas. Love, peace, and brush your teeth. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.